I have this belief that our reality is a manifestation of our choices. And this belief came about down the road after the second brain tumor diagnosis and learning more about holistic health and business and our reality in general, and creating a state of accountability for my life and fostering self-awareness and really understanding that the things we do, think, and feel have tremendous influence on our life one way or another. And wherever we are in our lives is a manifestation of the choices we made in our lives. And I'm not talking about people that are born into specific ways of living, whether that be poor health or poverty or born in another country, like not those things. I'm talking about when you wake up and you look around your life and the perspective that you have, that's a choice. And that choice is going to lead you to think a certain way, to feel a certain way, and to act a certain way, which is going to trigger more thoughts and more feelings. And it's just going to continue this cycle that's going to go down one path. There's no right or wrong path. There's no right or wrong choice or feeling or thoughts or emotions. They're just choices, and they're leading you somewhere. And we can't control where we go, but we can control our state of being. So our thoughts, our actions, and our emotions. And so my belief of our reality is a manifestation of our choices. It's funny because I've down this route now. I've been learning more from Dr. Joe Dispenza, and one of his quotes that he shares is, our personality creates our personal reality. And he explains on a deep, much deeper level than I'm explaining right now, of how our thoughts, our actions, and our emotions create a personal reality. And it really comes down to our perspective and what we're feeling deep inside of us. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're upset, if you're sick, if you can't do certain things, if you're, financially not where you want to be, you're not in the relationship you want, like all these things, it comes down to a perspective that you have. Because if you're a living human being, you have a choice in how you perceive the world and how you see the life that you're living in that world. And no one can take that from you, no matter what you're going through. And I'm not dismissing the harsh reality of negative, experiences some people go through, or that I've gone through, that you've gone through, or things that you've felt or thoughts. I'm talking about, if you're a living human being, you have a chance to change your tomorrow and your reality based on the choices that you make. And those choices are beyond just physical actions. They're the thoughts that you put in your head every day, the emotions that you attach yourself to, and the content you consume, or even the people you hang around with. It's all a choice. The food you eat, everything that comes into your awareness or your subconscious is a choice. And the first step is becoming conscious of these choices we're making and the thoughts that we're not giving energy to, that we're subconsciously thinking. And it's really interesting because Dr. Joe talks about 70 to 80,000 thoughts. That's how many thoughts we may have on any given day, and 90% of those thoughts is the same thoughts as the day prior. And out of those 80,000 thoughts, that 90% are the same as the day before, 50% of them are not even real. They're just made up perceptions based on our past experiences and the emotions they've triggered us and how we have felt from those. So it's just really interesting to think about that, and to think about how 95% of how we show up as a 35 or so year adult, it's subconscious, and we're not even aware of it. We've trained our body to do these things day in and day out that our mind doesn't have to think about them, and our body is already doing them. And so really creating consciousness to the things you do every day, and if you're aware of them or not, how you respond to things, what your triggers are, why you do what you do. I think that's the first step in creating a new reality, and because it's based on choices. And if you're doing one thing every day that's bringing you further and further down that route, and you want to make a change, it's going to bring you to a different destination or a different experience or to a different highway, whatever analogy works best for you. And so just one of my beliefs that sum up all the other beliefs that I have in life is just the life that we live today is made up of all the choices, and those choices have to do with the thoughts that we have, the actions we take, and the emotions we choose to feel for sustained periods of time based on those thoughts and actions and how they make us feel and the cycle that we go around with them. So I really encourage people to really take a look at the life that you're living and stop giving your power to outside influences, because at the end of the day, no thing controls how you think, act, and feel besides yourself, and no one can take that from you.